An hour's flight and another hour's drive to our hotel left us too exhausted for anything other than to fall into bed. In 1974, a local farmer was digging for water when by chance he came across some pottery fragments. The find led to the discovery of a pit containing the first emperor's terracotta army that had lain buried for 2,000 years. Further archaeological digs discovered two more pits covering an area of 22,000 square metres and housing an estimated 8,000 life-size pottery warriors and horses. The pits were built 7 metres below the present ground level, with the soldiers placed in corridors. The army was formed up in battle formation to protect the emperor in the afterlife, each soldier being individually handcrafted. When completed, huge rafters were laid across the pits and covered with earth to conceal the army. After the emperor's death, marauding tribes set fire to the mausoleum. The wooden rafters collapsed and tons of earth fell onto the figures, smashing them into fragments. Not one piece survived. And today, teams of archaeologists are painstakingly trying to put the giant jigsaw puzzle together. Since the first find in a field 30 years ago, 3 high-tech buildings now cover the 20-hectare site, where work still carries on to unearth more relics that lay hidden. It has become a world-class heritage site, drawing thousands of visitors a year. The farmer who discovered the relics while digging for water now spends his time autographing books in the shop.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.
It's a drawing.
You got your book? No?
Another exhausting day ending with dinner and
The river, which has been called the Great Dragon since stories have been told around village fires, is about to be tamed. Seen in this 1998 news footage, the lower reaches of the Yangtze River saw some of the worst flooding in 44 years, affecting some 300 million people, and came perilously close to destabilizing the Chinese economy. Now one of the true wonders of the modern world is beginning to take shape. 40,000 people are working day and night to complete the world's largest construction project, the Three Gorges Dam. When completed, it will reach a height of 185 meters and stretch a massive 2.3 kilometers across the river. This project doesn't come without tremendous upheaval. When the dam is completed in 2009, the water level will rise by 175 meters, creating a massive lake 660 kilometers long and displacing 1.3 million inhabitants. This mural gives some indication of the scale of the project. The red string indicates the height of the water by 2009. 4,000 villages, 140 towns, 13 cities, and 100,000 acres of fertile land and priceless artifacts will be lost forever. Clinging to the rock face, as if in defiance of the pending flooding, This 13-story pavilion, built during the Ming dynasty, is classified as one of the 8 strange structures of the world. By 2009, the water level will have risen to the first floor. To save this ancient monument, it is proposed to build a watertight wall around the first 2 floors. Fengdu County is a famous ghost city with many ancient buildings. All will be submerged, with only the temples high on the hill surviving, and will now form part of the new river bank. All along the banks of the Yangtze are markers indicating the height of the water when the dam is completed. It is hard to imagine that the water level has already risen 60% since the dam was started, and we are now sailing on top of submerged towns and villages. The Yangtze is one of the most polluted waterways on the planet. From Chongqing to Wuhan lies the heart of industrial China. Factories in the area generate a high level of acid rain, causing cancer and heart disease amongst the population. The Shenong Stream, a tributary of the Yangtze, has some of the most spectacular scenery of the region. It is the home of the Tuja boat trackers, who still use the ancient transportation of pea-pod boats. These flat-bottom craft can be manhandled over the riverbeds fully laden. Just 30 years ago, these boatmen would have been doing the same thing, but naked. Now, with tourism being their main source of income, they wear shorts, much to the dismay of some of the ladies in the party. Immediately above the dam lies the Three Gorges, which has been described as an amazing art gallery. It is one of the 10 most famous scenic and historical sites in China. Each year, thousands of tourists come to marvel at rock carvings, historical cave burial sites, and temples dotted along the shoreline. Yet, all this is about to change when the water level rises to its maximum in 2009. Whole towns will disappear and will have to be rebuilt on higher ground. Local inhabitants who have toiled the land and fished the streams for centuries will now have to rebuild their lives. There is no doubt the dam will bring many benefits to the area, but at what cost? The dragon will not easily be tamed. But if, as the Chinese people believe, with a passion that can never be underestimated, the dam is successful, a great nation will truly have built a wonder for the next millennium. A spectacular monument to man's ingenuity.